I'll call to order the regular meeting of the Ascension Parish Council, Thursday, July 15th. Our invocation tonight will be led by State Fire Marshal Butch Browning.
Mr. Chairman, honorable council members, Mr. Parish President, it's indeed an honor to be with you all today and to take part in what is the most important part of this meeting, and that's to thank the person who put us here today. If you bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for Ascension Parish. We thank you for the blessings that you've given Ascension Parish. We thank you for the leadership in this wonderful parish. Father God, you got men sitting before you who make decisions that improve the quality of life, that improve the great things that people have in this parish. And we ask that you continue to put their hand on the decisions that they make, because they're good people. They're good people who care. Take care of the employees of this parish, the great citizens of this parish who so want to do your will. We ask that you certainly look over our state in the times that we're in today. We thank you for the good news that we've learned about our tragedy in the Gulf today. We might have capped this oil spill. Heavenly Father, we thank you for that. We thank you for the great things that you give us every day. We thank you for a man being recognized today, Mr. Donald Sanji, for his great service to our school system. And we have a school system today in part of him and dedicated people just like him. For all these things that we ask that are good things, we know that we must give to you. So please tell us how we can give to you and give to you better. All these things we ask in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Chief. Chief, I know you have another appointment in Kenner in, about 45 minutes, so you better get on the road. So, thank you, sir. Our pledge tonight will be led by Ascension Parish Deputy, Mr. Dustin Ellenberg.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Roll call, Ms. Suzanne. Councilman Oliver Joseph, Councilman Adrian Thompson, Councilman Randy Kluart, Councilman Benny Johnson, and Councilman Kent Shakesnyder are missing. Chair additions. Councilman, I'm asking for emergency 2/3 to add executive session.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman George Valentine. We will make that item 18. Public comment period. Anyone wish to talk on anything on tonight's agenda, please come forward, sign in with Ms. Suzanne. You'll be allowed 3 minutes. Thank you. I want to apologize for the uncomfortable conditions in here tonight. We're having problems with the air conditioner. We'll move into our presentation section. Our first up is our Certificate of Bravery, Mr. Jordan Melanson.
Certificate of Bravery, Jordan Melanson. Miss Doris Melanson, who's a good friend of mine, called me and told me about this incident, and I thought it was appropriate that we recognize Jordan tonight. Jordan is 8 years old. On Mother's Day, Jordan's family were over at a friend's house swimming in their pool. Suddenly, Jordan noticed that his little brother, Jaden, who is 3, was at the bottom of the pool. Jordan immediately dove in and rescued his little brother, who thankfully was not injured. Jordan is here with us tonight, along with Jaden, their parents, Joshua, Amber, Jordan, other brother and sister, Allie and Julian, and their grandparents. So, Jordan. We want to award you the Certificate of Bravery. I think this is the first one that I've ever issued, and I'm proud to do so to you tonight. This certificate is hereby awarded to Jordan Melanson. The Parish of Ascension is proud to present this Certificate of Bravery to Jordan Melanson for his unflinching courage in saving his younger brother's life on May 9th, 2010. We join with Council Chairman Pat Bell and the entire Parish Council in offering our admiration for this selfless act of love and heroism. You're an example to all of us.
You're doing good. Better than some of the adults. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Mr. President, next we have a certificate of excellence for Miss Olivia Hill, Junior ROTC Cadet of the Year.
Olivia just graduated from Santa Mo High School, where she was a 3-year member of the Naval Junior ROTC program and served as executive officer of her unit. Earlier this year, she was named Junior ROTC Cadet of the Year by the Louisiana American Legion and received a $180,000 Naval ROTC scholarship to Tulane University, where she will begin her studies this fall. Tulane also awarded Olivia an additional $100,000 in scholarships, room and board, and she received a $1,000 scholarship from the Gautreaux Williams American Legion Post 81 and American Legion 6th District. Olivia will participate in the Naval ROTC program at Tulane and plans to become a Marine or Navy officer upon graduation. Olivia has a brother, Justin, who is an officer in the U.S. Army, and she is joined tonight by her parents, Barry Ray Hill and Terry Borsky Hill. Olivia. Certificate of Excellence awarded to Olivia Hill. The Parish of Ascension is proud to present the Certificate of Excellence to Olivia Hill upon the occasion of your being named the Junior ROTC Cadet of the Year by the Louisiana American Legion. We join with Council Chairman Pat Bell, the entire Parish Council, in offering our congratulations, and we wish you the best of luck in the future. Olivia.
Thank y'all all so very much. I want to thank my parents. They've been extremely influential in everything I've done. I want to thank Captain Beaver and Top Daly, my naval science instructors at my high school, all my wonderful teachers, and all the people who have really helped me throughout life. And I have to thank God. My faith has been so important to me, and I appreciate it very much.
That's why she won all those awards. She's very well spoken.
Okay, sir. Mr. President, next we'll move into our Parish President report.
We're going to honor Mr. Donald Songy tonight. He has his beautiful wife, Carrie, with him. And I think they just got back from a trip to Hawaii.
Not yet. We're planning one. It'll be coming up shortly.
Okay. Well, anyway, Donald, I've been knowing Donald all my life. He grew up in Dara. A lot of people don't know that. His father was the county agent for Ascension Parish for many, many years. His mother was very active. Actually started a little baseball team in the Dara area where we didn't have too many people, but we did manage to scrape up a team and come to Gonzales and play and got beat pretty bad. But we had a good time, and we got a night out on the town. So I'll ask Donald and Carrie to come up, please. Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, proclamation to proclaim tomorrow, July 16th, Donald Songy Day in Ascension Parish. Whereas Donald Songy has served as an educator in Ascension Parish school system since 1972, including 4 years as superintendent of schools until his retirement on July 1st. And whereas he directed the school system through a period of unparalleled growth, overseeing the addition of 5 schools with a 6th under construction. And whereas during his tenure, the Ascension Parish school system has risen to become the 4th highest rated system in the state, its best ranking ever. And whereas he is active in his church and local community, including serving on the St. Elizabeth Hospital Board of Directors, is a proud husband, father, and grandfather who is renowned for his golfing, gardening, and culinary skills. Now, I don't know about that, but now therefore it be proclaimed, I, Tommy Martinez, President of the Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereunto proclaim July 16, 2010, as Donald Songe Day in Ascension Parish, and urge my fellow citizens to observe this date in honor of a dedicated educator and administrator. Donald?
This is just overwhelming, especially the fiction about golf and things like that. But and it's been. I kind of joke with someone that if a public figure wants people to say good things about them, the best way to do that is to retire, and then all that starts happening. But it has been a great career for me. I just feel so blessed. I've been one of the luckiest people to start my career here, to grow up in Ascension Parish, to work with some of the best people. And I've, we have created in Ascension Parish something that I don't think is in any other district in this state. We have a culture of excellence in our school system. And it's not just our school system. It's our way of life in Ascension Parish, our quality of life with some of the things that this council has been doing, particularly with me in the last 4 years. We've gotten great cooperation from them. We've done some great things. The law enforcement, health care, just everything about this parish is just a wonderful thing. And I was just so proud to be able to serve as the leader of this school system for 4 years, and more importantly, to serve as just a member of the school system for 38 years. And I thank you for this honor. It just means so much to me. I just can't. I would have never thought in 1972 that I would be standing up here and there would be a Donald Songe Day in Ascension Parish. It's just beyond my comprehension that would have happened. But I thank all of you. And this lady sitting next to me, I want to thank her especially. She has been with me. As a public figure, sometimes you get criticized. And of course, it's part of the deal. You know that going in, and you get criticized. And when people criticize me, you don't necessarily like it, but it's part of it. But don't ever make the mistake of criticizing me in front of her, because you'll have hell to pay. She's just been a great support to me, and we're looking forward to spending many great retired years together. So thank you all for this. It just means so much to me. Thank you just from the bottom of my heart.
We're going to present Carrie with a key to the parish. Can't.
Just echoing the president, Don, I'll go way back with you, not as far as Tommy, but you've done. Yeah, I understand. You've done just an excellent job, and it shows. Like Tommy said, our school system is ranked in the top of the state, and it's because of the leadership of you and your staff. And I congratulate you and wish y'all well in retirement. And Carrie, you watch out for the waves. I know you're going to be surfing and everything else. So y'all have a great retirement. If you need us for anything, please call us. All right. Congratulations. Thank you.
Carrie's been in the system for 30 years also. So.
Have a good one. Okay. See you. Next, I'll move into the item 7, the consent agenda. I'll need a motion, please.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Chris Lower.
Second.
Second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Moving to item 8, planning and zoning recommendations. Mr. Ricky Compton, please.
Zoning Review ID 2082.10, located on the north side of Tommy Moore Road, approximately 350 feet east of Airline Highway, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium-intensity residential to mixed use. To accept or deny, Zoning Commission recommended approval of this item to rezone Tract A1A2C to its previous zoning mixed use prior to the parish-wide rezoning.
Move to accept the
We got
zoning recommendation.
motion by Councilman Dempsey Lambert,
Second.
second by Councilman Chris Lower. In discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Thank you, Ricky. Moving into general business, number 9. I do have 2 speakers on this item. Mr. Joe Quinlan. Yes, sir. Come forward, please, sir. You'll have 3 minutes, Mr. Quinlan.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Joe Quinlan. I'm a resident of Lakes at Ascension Crossing. I spoke to Councilman Lambert and the members of the Transportation Committee latter part of May. We were requesting closure to one of 3 entrances of our subdivision that's at the mouth of LA 621 where it hits LA 73. We have had issues with safety considerations related to break-ins, excess traffic coming off of 621 coming through our subdivision, and we're requesting the center of the 3 entrances in our subdivision be permanently closed. Since the meeting in May, the Transportation Committee was generous enough to move this to the council, full council, for consideration today. I know since that time, Public Works has implemented a traffic count study. I don't know that that was something that was requested by the Transportation Committee, but I do know that the traffic counts, that the study apparently confirmed what we already knew, and that we got a great deal of traffic cutting through our subdivision. We are asking that the council approve tonight the permanent closure of Slalom Way, which is the middle entrance of our 3 entrances off of LA 621. We believe that that's going to help with some of the concerns we have with both cut-through traffic as well as crime. Since the last meeting when I presented at the end of May, we had another car get broken into and vandalized in the subdivision. And so despite the best of efforts, and we've worked very closely with the Sheriff's Office, Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office, and they've been very generous in working with us to meet our needs. But we feel like we need to take some more affirmative action in trying to address this, and we feel like 2 entrances is enough for our subdivision. We don't need 3. The vast majority of the subdivisions in Ascension Parish don't have 3 entrances. Additionally, as the Transportation Committee requested, we met with the fire department, with the Assistant Fire Chief, and they have no opposition to what it is we're trying to do, and we committed to meet with them if it does get approved to make sure that if there is some sort of emergency response required for our subdivision, they know that that entrance is closed and which ones are open for routes of ingress and egress. Again, I appreciate your time this evening, gentlemen. I want to try to stay brief because I know we've got other people on the agenda who'd like to speak. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Mr. Phil O'Connell, please.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Phil O'Connell. I'm a resident of Lakes at Ascension Crossing neighborhood. I'm also the Secretary-Treasurer on the board. I'm here to represent the roughly 120 homes in the neighborhood. Joe covered that as far as us going through the motions, gaining support for the Transportation Committee, the Fire Department, law enforcement, and the steps we had to take to get that, and the fact that we have very little opposition and reasoning to close this road, I just wanted to bring it home with the fact that I moved from Baton Rouge to Ascension Parish to take advantage of the striving excellence for quality of life out here. I have 2 children, 2 and 4 years old. We moved out to take advantage of the school systems. Soon after moving in, our house was burglarized, and my wife and kids were the first ones to get home. So securing this neighborhood, and it seems like maybe closing this particular entrance is a small deal, and I know that it's setting precedents. It's a big deal to us. So I just want to say thank you for your time and consideration. There's an overwhelming majority of people in our community for this particular closure. We would like to see it permanently, not temporary, in case that were to come up. So we would like to see this as a permanent deal. Use the term loosely with the fact that we're really just wanting to put a fence across the road, and if any catastrophe was to happen in the future, this road needed to be reopened for reasons that we could not foresee at this time. Obviously, I think with a little ingenuity and hard work that could be done, but on behalf of everybody in our neighborhood, we appreciate you closing this road permanently. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, Chairman, Transportation Chairman, Mr. Dempsey Lambert, would you care to make some comments, sir?
I apologize, Mr. Chairman, I was not at this meeting. Councilman Todd Lambert chaired it. If he wants to add anything, please do.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, at the Transportation Committee meeting, we had petitions that the majority of the people, when I say majority, I think it was just a handful that was against blocking the road. So Transportation Committee did make a motion to bring it to the full council to block the road, close the road in because of the crime and all the situations they've been having out there. So with that, pretty much it was almost unanimous. Everybody on the committee pretty much voted to close the road on the Transportation Committee.
Mr. Chairman, at that time, I'll make that motion that we put in process through legal the form to close that road on a permanent basis.
I
Okay,
second
I have a
that.
motion by Councilman Valentine, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Councilman Valentine.
Yeah, let me just say a few things. In my opinion, this is how government should work. You have a subdivision. Mr. Lambert mentioned there was just a handful. Actually, there was only one person in the subdivision that essentially did not want to close the entrance. The count was done. I know Mr. Fairchild did the count, and there was a large amount of numbers of cars that went through it. But you can look at that two ways. Almost 99% of the people in the subdivision want it closed, and they're the ones that's using it. So if they want to close it, there should be no reason. Just to let the public know, this is an unusual situation as far as that, and I think we should look at all these as each specific case. You have three main entrances to this subdivision on a very busy highway. In my mind, it's actually going to eliminate another point of problem of exiting and entering the highway of Highway 71. So it's more of a safety issue with me, and of course a safety issue with the people in that subdivision. So I appreciate the support on the council for the closure of this road.
Okay, sir. Any more discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Item 10, a resolution ratifying amendments 1 through 5 of the contract between NRCS and Parish of Ascension. Parish President Tommy Martinez. Martha Collins, please. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the council, President Martinez. This item was brought to the Strategic Planning Committee. It is basically, there's no funds that are changing in here. It was just the time or the date to extend the contract, and we're here to ask you to ratify the wishes of the Strategic Planning.
So moved, Chairman.
Got a motion by Councilman George Valentine.
That's
Got a second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Resolution passes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Beth, are you going to talk on this, or Joan? Yeah. The next one? Okay. Miss Beth James, please. Professional Selection Committee.
Mr. Chairman, members of the council, my name is Beth James. I'm Executive Assistant to the Parish President. And as you know, we applied for Disaster Community Development Block Grant funds through the Housing and Urban Development. With receipt of those grants, we have certain requirements that we are asked to fulfill and guidelines. One of those guidelines is that we perform environmental inspections on any of the sites that we're going to use the grant income from. And so I'm going to introduce our purchasing manager, Joan Shivers, to explain that process to you all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Joan?
On June 24, 2010, the Purchasing Department received 4 proposals for environmental analysis. The proposals were received from PEEC Consultants, PSI Engineering Consultants, Terracon Consulting, and Burt Kleinpeter Incorporated. After review, the Non-Engineering Selection Committee recommends accepting the proposals submitted by PSI Engineering, Terracon Consulting, and Burt Kleinpeter, and to authorize the parish president to enter into an agreement for this service.
I'll need a motion.
So moved, Chairman.
Moved by Councilman George Valentine, second by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Jones. Item 11A, we have a cooperative endeavor agreement between the Parish of Ascension and the Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council, Incorporated. Mr. President? Okay. Need a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by, I didn't see, Councilman Dennis Cullen. Second by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. We'll move in our public hearing ordinance section. Item 12, reading of ordinance. Mrs. Manda, please.
Purpose. This ordinance amends the official zoning designation of Lot A1, A2B of the Veloii plat located on the northern side of Tommy Moore Road, approximately 250 feet east of Airline Highway, and more described in Exhibit A, from medium-intensity residential to mixed use, for Mr. Brian Dubach. Whereas Ascension Parish is a local governmental subdivision as defined by Article 6, Section 44 of the Louisiana Constitution of 1974, and whereas the Parish of Ascension is the governing and responsible body over the zoning and regulations within this jurisdiction, and whereas Article 6 of the Home Rule Charter of Ascension Parish, adopted May 4, 1993, identifies the process and manner in which to adopt ordinances regulating the lands of this parish, and whereas the official zoning map for Ascension Parish was last adopted on June 30, 2009, whereas the Ascension Parish Council reserves the authority to make changes to the official zoning map by ordinance, and whereas Mr. Brian Dubach requests to rezone this property from RM to MU to be consistent with the overall intent of the zoning around and adjacent to this parcel, and whereas this request has been processed in compliance with the procedures set forth, be it ordained by the Ascension Parish Governing Authority that the official zoning map of Ascension Parish, Louisiana, is amended to reflect the property identified in Exhibit A as mixed use as the official zoning designation.
Mr. Chairman, move to open public hearing.
Councilman George Valentine has the motion to open public hearing. Second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Anyone wishing to speak on this item, please come forward. You'll be allowed 3 minutes.
Move to close, Chairman.
I have a motion to close public hearing by Councilman George Valentine, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. I'll need a motion to approve the ordinance, please. Motion by Councilman Dennis Cullen, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. In discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is adopted. See, item 15,
Mr.
please,
Chairman,
ma'am.
Mr.
Yes,
Chairman,
sir.
you need to register a vote of yes so that it was. You just need to say yes.
Yes. I have to be the sixth person tonight, so, yep. I knew that. I thought if it came up the way it was
It's an
roll
ordinance,
call.
yeah.
So. Okay. Okay, Ms. Manda, let's see. Item 15, please, ma'am.
Whereas Ascension Parish is a local governmental subdivision defined by Article 6, Section 44 of the Louisiana Constitution of 1974, whereas the Parish of Ascension is the governing and responsible body over the zoning and regulations within this jurisdiction, whereas Article 6 of the Home Rule Charter of Ascension Parish, adopted May 4, 1993, identifies the process and manner in which to adopt ordinances regulating the lands of this parish, and whereas the official zoning map for Ascension Parish was last adopted on June 30, 2009, whereas the Parish Council reserves the authority to make changes to the official zoning map by ordinance, and whereas the Parish Zoning Commission requests to rezone this property from RM to Crossroads Commercial to be consistent with the overall intent of the zoning around and adjacent to these parcels, and whereas this request has been processed in compliance with the procedures set forth, be it ordained by the Ascension Parish Governing Authority that the official zoning map of Ascension Parish, Louisiana, is amended to reflect the properties identified in Exhibit A as Crossroads Commercial as the official zoning designation.
I need a motion. Got a motion to open public hearing. Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman George Valentine. Anyone wish to speak on this item, come forward. You'll be allowed 3 minutes.
Motion to close, Mr.
Motion
Chairman.
to close by Councilman Todd Lambert.
Second.
Second by Councilman George Valentine. I need a motion to move the ordinance,
So
please.
moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman George Valentine. Any discussion? Any objection? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Suzanne. Ordinance is adopted. Next, Councilman, we need a motion to go into executive session, Brazil, Brown, Chris, and Shakespeare claim. Moved by Councilman Dempsey Lambert, second by Councilman George Valentine. I'll need a roll call, please, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes. Councilman Valentine, please.
Chairman, we asked to come back into out of special session.
Have a motion by Councilman Valentine to come back in session, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Councilman Valentine?
Chairman, I make a motion that we authorize legal counsel in the claimants of Arthur Brazil, Anthony Brown, Devin Chris, and Landon Shakesnada to settle all claims.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman George Valentine, second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any objection? Motion carries. Councilman, I'd like to go back to item, let's see, item 10, and I really need to get the resolution. We voted on it, we passed it, but I need to have the resolution read.
You have it?
It's 11A.
Somebody got it?
11A.
11A, yep.
Resolution authorizing the parish to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Ascension Festivals and Cultural Council, Inc., and authorizing the office of the parish president to execute that agreement.
Okay, Councilman, we had originally approved this. Before I get to Councilman Todd Lambert, I do have a few items here. Councilman Dempsey Lambert, I'd like for you to just tell what our kids did at the World Series, the recent tournament. Yes, sir. Want to vote back on it? Okay, we'll vote again.
Resolution
All right.
again, yes, sir.
All right.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, on the...
I got a motion by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. I got a second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Okay, Dempsey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, just want to let you know that last week we had several teams from our Ascension Parish All-Stars. Our 8-year-olds placed 7th. Our 9 and 10-year-olds placed 9th. Our 12-year-olds placed 5th. 13-year-olds 4th. And our 14-year-olds placed 3rd. This was in the World Series, the U.S. AAA, the U.S. SSA World Series in Mandeville, and we have a real bright future with our children here in our recreation, and we just wanted to bring that out front, and I'm sure we'll be honoring them here shortly. But it's been a 5 to 6 weeks training, and I mean it was really great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Very good job. Do you have any motions for the Coach of the Year by any chance? Or? No, okay, you don't want to say that. All right. I'd like to give thanks, as always, to Suzanne for putting all this together for us tonight, Miss Lindsay, Scott Rabelais, our Ascension Parish Deputy, Dustin, thank you very much, sir. Mr. Lester Kenyon. I do have a few birthdays that will happen between now and our next meeting. Miss Joan Shivers, July 20th. Oliver Joseph, July 27th. Miss Gwen LeBlanc, July 23rd. And Miss Martha Collins, July 30th. And before we close, I'd like to announce tonight is Lindsay Manda's last meeting with our council. Lindsay, we appreciate everything that you've done over the years, and thank you for your guidance. I know sometimes maybe the chairman even upset you a little bit, but I appreciate you very much, and thank you for guiding us in the right direction. We wish you well. Thank you. Would you like to say something, Mr. President?
Yes, Ms. Baltimore is here. She'll be taking Ms. Manda's place, so I think everybody knows her, but for those who don't, she'll be legal counsel at the next council meeting.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Now I'll get to Councilman Todd Lambert. Please, sir.
Motion to adjourn, Mr.
We have a
Chairman.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a second by Councilman George Valentine.